5 minutes. That's all it took for Dragon to jump straight onto my most anticipated films list. And here's the crazy part. This doesn't feel like a teaser what's trying to convince you to watch the movie. It feels like a statement saying, we are building an entire world. Welcome. Most trailers introduce a hero. This one introduces an ecosystem. Instead of rushing to show action, the glimpse spends time explaining the empire behind it. It starts with a global illegal trade, touches on history, colonial influence, international shipping routes, and suddenly you're not looking at another gangster movie anymore. You're looking at a criminal network that stretches across countries. Whether every historical detail is perfectly accurate isn't even the point. The storytelling makes it feel believable. And that's what grabbed me. Prashanth Neel has always been obsessed with scale, but here it feels different. In KGF, the world revolved around one larger than life man. In Dragon, it feels like the world itself is the main character. Every villain gets introduced like they are the final boss of their own movie. Different countries, different personalities, different power structures. Nobody looks disposable. That's exactly what you want, because the stronger your villains are, the more legendary your protagonist has to become. Speaking of the protagonist, NTR barely says anything, yet his presence dominates the entire glimpse. NTR just uses some words, powerful words, and his presence dominates the entire glimpse. The linear look works, the silence works, even the shot of him standing among dozens of bodies tell you more than pages of dialogue ever could. That's confidence in visual storytelling. And then there's the narration, using biblical creation as a setup before ending with, then the devil was born, is such a bold, creative choice. It instantly changes the mood. You are no longer expecting a clean hero versus villain story. You are wondering whether Dragon is actually a hero or just the most dangerous man in the room. That's a far more interesting question. Visually, this might be Prashant Neel's cleanest work yet. The lighting is richer, the frames are sharper, and almost every shot looks designed to be paused and admired. There are compositions here that feel like paintings rather than movie stills. The sound design deserves equal praise. Heavy footsteps, metallic echoes, distant chants, explosive bass, it all builds tension before the action even begins. The music doesn't just accompany the visuals, it gives them weight. Now, I do have one concern. Some of the opening visuals felt noticeably AI assisted. Maybe it's only for presentation purposes, maybe not. I genuinely hope the final film relies more on practical filmmaking, because everything shot on location looks phenomenal. That authenticity is what makes this world feel dangerous. Another thing I appreciate is the marketing strategy. Instead of revealing plot twist, this glimpse sells atmosphere. It gives international audiences enough context to understand the world without explaining every mystery. That's smart, because this clearly isn't aiming only for Indian audiences. It wants attention everywhere. If this glimpse is any indication, Dragon isn't trying to be another mass action entertainer. It's trying to build a cinematic universe around crime, power, mythology, and legacy. Now, of course, a great glimpse doesn't guarantee a great film. We have all been fooled by incredible trailers before, but this one earns optimism because every creative department seems logged in, from cinematography and production design to music and world building. So, yes, the wait until release is going to feel painfully long, but if the movie delivers even 80% of what this glimpse promises, we might be looking at one of the biggest cinematic events to come out of India. And honestly, that's the kind of confidence every blockbuster should have.